got to talk about these seats though, man. These seats have been freaking phenomenal. So I've spent 3 days sitting there driving, and you would think, honest to God, that I had shock work done. Like, that's not an exaggeration. From the stock seats to suspension seats, they do such a good job at absorbing all the little chitter chatter and impacts, especially big heavy hits like big heavy G-outs. Or I can feel the suspension fabric under the seat actually give with my body weight coming down on it, which is pretty amazing. Today we're talking about PRPs, built for off-road GT3 suspension seat. This is something I wanted to review after getting to sit in it and use them for a while, because this is obviously more of a performance upgrade, and I wanted to see how they perform being out here in an actual riding environment, not just sitting in them in the garage and telling you guys that they're comfortable, because we know they're going to be comfortable. But this is a suspension seat. It's built to actually improve ride quality, less fatigue, save your back, all that kind of good stuff. So we just spent 4 days in Glamis riding for New Year's weekend. Happy New Year's, by the way. And luckily the wind died down just enough today to talk about this. So I can tell you right now, they're phenomenally comfortable, very plush. The cushion itself is very, very nice to sit in. This is a standard width seat. I didn't go extra wide. I fit in it perfect. The suspension part of the seat is pretty amazing. I'm blown away as far as, you know, I haven't done any suspension work on the car. I haven't done shocks, I haven't done springs, but this made a significant ride quality improvement. You can actually feel the suspension netting system underneath you working, especially on big hits, through whoops, big G-outs, even all the little chitter chatter rough stuff at the hill, all the ruts going through the washes. It feels like you've tuned your shocks a little bit better. If you know, believe it or not, you can actually feel that kind of quality difference sitting in this seat. They look phenomenal. Looks absolutely blew me away. It exceeded every expectation that I had set, because when you go on PRP's website, you get to design your own seats, and that was a big attractant for me to PRP, is that I kept going on the website and designing all kinds of different patterns and colors, something that I wanted to go with the build that I'm doing. It's not just a generic seat. You got to go with what they have. You pick everything from the type of stitch you want, to the main fabric in the middle, to the arms and piping and logos. You pick it all, even the back of the seat. And that's really, really neat, because I think it's a big selling point for me, because I know nobody else has this seat. So yeah, it's a GT3 suspension seat, but I picked out everything about it. It matches my car perfectly, and nobody else is riding around in my seat. This is mine. It's nobody else's, and I thought that was super cool. I'll run you through what I chose since we're talking about it. I went with suede. If we lived in a colder environment, maybe where it was wetter, I wouldn't have done suede. I would have done vinyl, the whole thing, just because it's a lot easier to maintain and clean. Suede's probably going to hold a little bit of moisture, but we're in SoCal. We ride all desert pretty much all year long. We rarely get rain or anything like that, so I think suede's fine for us. But we did suede mainly for most of it. So the back section here and the seat cushion, all of that is their dark gray suede. I also did dark gray suede for the band, so it's this outer section around the outside of the seat. It also goes inside where the straps are. I did Daytona light gray vinyl for the shoulder sections here and where the bolsters are on the seats. Black stitching for the PRP logo. I did silver stitching throughout, and I also had them do the channel name in the seats, and I'll show you a close-up of that, but it says the Off-Road Adventure Channel in a silver stitch. And then I did their black carbon fiber piping, which is more like a vinyl feeling material for the piping work, and down where the straps are. And like I said, I built them in the computer program, and they looked really, really good. But when I actually just because the 3-inch feels a little bit constraining as far as movement. They are more comfortable, and they save your shoulder muscles and your traps a little bit more, but I went with 2-inch just because I feel like I have a little bit more, I can move around a little easier. I don't run a 5th point just because I don't feel it's necessary for what we do. The seats do come set up for a 5th point right here in the front, so you can easily run a 5th point. We did the GT3 rear bench seat. I think the bench seat looks cool. As a different element in the back, I think it just cleans it up and looks nice back here to eliminate the middle section of the plastic from the RZR and cover that up. 2, it's good for nieces, nephews, kids, obviously. I met several people in camp over there that like the bench seat because they've got 3 kids. So he was really checking that out and thought that would be a good idea, which it would be because you can run a 3rd harness in the middle. So if you guys are on the fence, you know, you're not sure if it's worth the investment. They're expensive, but they're worth the investment. It also added a whole different look and totally took it from that side-by-side, you know, stock look, and made it look really nice, like a legit build. Super simple installation. You're basically just swapping over the seat bases and seat sliders from your stock seats to this seat. You're going to unbolt it and bolt it all back up. It's 8 bolts. I'll roll a clip on how we did that. Very straightforward. It's going to be fast. You guys won't struggle with it. Pretty easy to get out. Like my hamper stool, my hamper holder.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right, step 1, getting the seat slider on the bottom of the PRP seat frame before anything else. So that's going to go and line up with the factory holes that were in the seat slider. The next would be the seat base tubes, whatever you call them, that come with the PRP seat. Those are going to mount on top. So I'm just going to get those snugged up. Alright, so next you have the stock seat base. And maneuver it around a little bit. So that's back, and then we'll go ahead and get the last bolts put back here. So I just retained the way they had it set up. So it's the bolt, a lock washer, a big washer, and then a spacer. So we'll just keep that the same. All right, the first one is complete. Let's see how it goes. It's coming. Just got the seat base and seat slider off the driver's side seat. We're gonna stick that on this new PRP seat, and we'll get that in and then tackle the rear bench. Getting the front wasn't too bad. It was just some extra hardware because of the sliders, but I mean, they look badass. I got the rear seats out, taking the rear seat hardware off the bottom. These should be a bit faster. There's no sliders. I'm going to mount that up to the bottom of the rear bench seat, get that bench seat installed, and we'll have a look at it. It's all finished up. Let's see if we can't get this mounted back in by myself. There you go. A note on the bench seat in the back, because it's not on sliders, but when you mount the seat bases, make sure the seat is all the way back and the bases are all the way forward before you cinch them down. I did not do that the first time. I ended up putting them back into the stock. I could see where the washers had made an indentation on the seat bases. I just picked that spot, put it in here, and the whole seat was like 3 inches forward, and there was 0 leg room, so I can actually sit back here now. So again, seat base is forward, seat all the way back, tighten everything down, throw the bench seat in, and it'll be all the way back where you want it. Plenty of leg room for everybody. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for liking and subscribing to the videos. I'm going to make an effort to do product reviews when I do things from now on. I did a lot of the build and didn't record any of it back then. So now when I do stuff, I'm going to make an effort to put out a video, try to keep it kind of short. But let me know your feedback, comment below if you enjoyed it. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. Guys, again, thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, and we'll see you on the next ride or product review video.